Hello everyone, I hope you are doing well. In this video, we are going to be solving linear equations in one variable. So a linear equation is the one that when you graph it, you get a straight line. And in this context, we will be dealing with only one variable in our equations. We can name our variable as we want. It can be x, can be y, can be t, can be z. We just name it. And an example is x plus 4 equals 0. So x is our variable and 4 is the constant. So sometimes, even if in our equation the variable is repeated more than once, it's still an equation in one variable. So let's say 2x plus 1 equals x, right? In this case, our variable is x, and we have 2x, 1x, and equal x here. So that's 2x in our equation. The x is just repeated twice, but it's still the same x, right? So our equation here is still in one variable. Now let me ask you, is this equation 2x plus y equal to an equation in one variable? The answer is no, because in this equation we have x and we have y, and they are both different. X and y are different, they are not same. So in this case, our equation is not in one variable. So what about 4x plus x equal to 1? The answer is yes. We have one variable, x. Even though it is repeated, it's still our x, right? So we can have the same variable repeated many times in the equation. It is still an equation in one variable. Good. Now that we know what our equations are in one variable, let's solve some equations. Here, solving means finding the value of the variable in the equation. So if my variable in the equation is s, at the end of solving my equation, I should have x equal to some value, right? X equal to some value. So that's our goal. If in my equation my variable is y, at the end I should have y equal to some value. So let's say we want to solve y equal 8. The question is solve y equal 8, right? Otherwise, find the value of y. That's what the question says. If we say solve y equal 8, is find the value of y. And as we can see, the value of y is 8. So we don't need to do anything further for this equation. The equation is also the solution. So my solution is y equal 8. So what about solving x plus 3 equals 0? So in these equations, our variable is x, right? So at the end, our result should give us x equal to some value. So how to get from here to here with our value? We don't know yet. That's why we are solving. So the first thing to think of is how to end up having x by itself on one side. And in order to achieve that, let me rewrite the equation here. We see that here we have 0 on the right and x plus 3 on the left. That means x is not by itself. The plus 3 is disturbing the x, if I can say that. So we will want to send our plus 3 to the other side in order to have our x by itself. So in order to do that, we add to our equation both sides the opposite of the number that we want to move. And in this case, the number that we want to move is 3. So adding the opposite on both sides means adding -3 and -3 for each side of the equal sign. And we perform our addition. So if I add x plus nothing is x, 3 plus -3 is 0, so they cancel, right? I'll bring my equal sign, and here I had 0. 0 minus 3 is -3. And as we can see, we have x by itself and -3 as the value of x. So we stop there because we don't have any further operation to do. X is by itself, one side of the equal sign, and all other values are on the other side. So x equal to -3 is our final answer. So let's do another one. Let's do 2x minus 4 equal to 5x plus 5. Remember, we need to have x on one side and all other numbers on the other side. So it doesn't matter what side you want your x to be. In this case, I would like my x to be to the left. So in order to do that, I will have to move this 5x to the left. And to do that, this 5x is positive. What I will do is add -5x, opposite sign of what I want to do, to both sides of the equal sign. All right, and perform my addition. So 2x minus 5x is -3x. My -4, I'll bring it back here. It's still the same. My equal sign, I'll bring it down here. This 5x and -5x cancel because they are opposite sides. It will give you 0. And that's why we use the opposite of whatever we want to move. And this 5 right there plus 0 plus nothing equal to 5. Right? Are we done? No. Why? Because we see that this 4 doesn't have x, but is on the same side as -3x. That's not our goal. Our goal is to have x by itself on one side, right? So the next step is to move this -4 to the other side of the equal sign. In order to do that, we will be adding 4 to both sides. Okay, so -3x plus nothing equal to -3x. -4 plus 4, they cancel, right? My equal sign is there, and 5 plus 4 is equal to 9. Are we done? No, because our goal is still to have x equal to something. In this case, we have -3x equal to 9. -3x is not x. So how to find x? We will divide by -3. In order to get rid of these -3's, we will divide our -3 -3s by -3 each side. So -3, -3. So -3x divided by -3 will give me x, right? And 9 divided by -3 will give me -3. Are we done? Yes. Why? Because we end up having x by itself equal to -3, the value. So we stop there. That's our answer. Another one, let's solve 2 parentheses x plus 1 plus 2x equal to 8. Okay, here we introduce parentheses with some values inside. So what we do first is realize that these 2 is multiplying this whole set right here, x plus 1. So the next step is to write our equation without parentheses. So we will distribute the 2 inside our parentheses and get rid of the parentheses. So we'll do 2 times x is 2x, right? And the same 2 times 1 is 2. And in the middle we have the plus sign. We put our plus sign. And we keep doing the rest because these 2 doesn't affect the rest of our equation. So plus 2x equal to 8. Okay, now we have our variable x and x here, 2 x's on the same side. So what we do is combine them because they are like terms and they are on the same side. We will combine them. So we will combine these 2x to these 2x, and that should give us 4x. And here we bring our 2 plus 2 and equal to 8. The next step is to move these 2 to the other side because we want the x to be by itself. So what we do is add -2, -2 to each side. We have 4x here. These 2 cancel. Our equal sign, 8 minus 2, 6. Okay, so we have 4x, but we are looking for x. So what to do is divide the whole equation by 4. 4, 4. I want you to realize that we are not dividing by 4x. We are only dividing by the coefficients. And this will give you x equal to 6 over 4. You can reduce the equation and you will have x equal to 3 over 2. Final answer. Don't be afraid because you find a fraction. Sometimes when we are solving our math problems and we end up have fraction, and we start thinking, did I get it right? Did I get it wrong? Because it's just a fraction. A fraction is a number. So once you have a fraction, don't get confused about it. Don't get scared about it. It can be your answer. Okay? Good. Sometimes solving linear equation in one variable doesn't return exactly one solution as answer, right? So the following example will show us a case when we don't have one solution as answer. So let's solve 4x minus 6 equal to 2 parentheses 2x minus 4 plus 2. Okay, so what we do first is take care of the parentheses. So we will distribute the 2 inside and then get rid of the parentheses. So we will have 4x minus 6 equal to 2 times 2x is 4x. 2 times negative 4 is negative 8, right? And now plus 2. Okay. Let's combine like terms whenever we can combine them. Here we have negative 8 and 2. So we will combine them. So that will give us 4x minus 6 equal to 4x. Negative 8 plus 2 is negative 6. Okay. Here we have to have x's on the same side and all other value to the other side. I choose to send my 4x, this 4x, to the other side. So what will I do? I will do negative 4x, negative 4x both sides, right? And then I will add them. What we see is this negative 4x and negative 4x cancel. I have negative 6. I have equal this x and this 4x cancel. I have negative 6 right there. So I end up having negative 6 equal to negative 6. Before I continue, look at this. In this case, I choose to move my 4x first. Okay, I will rewrite it as 4x minus 6 equal to 4x minus 6. I'm just rewriting this right there. And in this case, I will be moving my negative 6 to this side. So I will be adding 6 to both sides. And I will be performing my addition. I have 4x right here. This 6 and negative 6 cancel equal to this 4x is right there. And this negative 6 and 6 cancel. So based on what I move first, I have different result, right? But what we realize is negative 6 equal to negative 6. My variable disappears. There is no problem there. Here I have 4x equal to 4x. If I want, I can continue performing my operation because I want x, I don't want 4x. So I'll be dividing by 4 each side. And I will be having x equal to x. In this case, I have negative 6 equal to negative 6, which is mathematically is true. In this case, I have x equal x. Mathematically, it is true. X is a variable. That means if I put a number here, I should put the same number here. If I put negative 6 here, I should put negative 6 here. If I put 7 here, I should put 7 here. So negative 6 equal to negative 6, 7 equal to 7. So once after solving an equation in one variable, you end up having this kind of solution where they are true, very important. Have to confirm that whatever you have at the end is true. Then we can conclude saying that all real numbers are solution to our equations, right? All real numbers are solution to our equations. So once you have this setup, you can give that conclusions. So all real numbers are solutions. Sometimes solving linear equation in one variable returns no solutions. So let's see that by solving this equation, 4x minus 6 equal to 2x minus 4. So we have 4x minus 6 equal to, we distribute the 2 right there, we have 4x is minus 8. So I will choose to move my 4x from the right to the left. So I will be subtracting 4x on both sides. And I realize that this cancel. I have negative 6 equal to this cancel and negative 8. In this case, negative 6 equal to negative 8, which is not true. So not true, or I can put false. So in case my result looks like this and is false, when I say look like this, it doesn't mean always have negative 6 and negative 8. But when I end up having two different numbers each side of equal sign, and it doesn't mathematically make any sense, that means it is false, right? So once you have false, that means you have no solution to your equation, and the result is no solution. That's what you should write as result after solving this equation. And we call this type of equation contradiction. So that's how we call this equation. Say that it is contradiction. In summary, solving linear equations in one variable can return three types of solution, right? So first, the equation can have one solution, or the equation has no solutions, and we call it contradiction. And third, all real numbers are solutions. So all real numbers are solutions. And for this equation, we say that it is an identity. Okay, so we have identity, contradiction, and one solution. But before you go, solve this. So 3x plus 1 minus 4 equal to 7x minus 3. So that's your homework. Solve it and put your answer in the comment section. Also, don't forget to subscribe, to share, to comment, to like, and to activate the notification bell so you will be alerted when I post a new video. And see you very soon.